Come on, baby. What kind of curveballs you guys got planned for me today? Let's go.
We got some good stuff, man. So
Let's have it.
we got the 10 commandments, the 10 fitness commandments, the 10 commandments of fitness. I'm sorry, I messed it up. That you must obey. All right. So
And
let's
is
see
my
what
10 commandments, or you're talking about you're going to tell me what
this
they
is.
say?
I'm going to tell you what they are from Box Rocks, and you're going to agree, disagree, or give some insight.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. I could
Cool.
guarantee they're going to be different than if I was coming up with the 10. So this will be fun.
I'm sure you have your own 10 that probably aren't even on this list. All right. Number one, never take breaks. Consistency is the cornerstone of progress in the gym. Avoid the pitfalls of intermittent training by maintaining a steady workout routine. Steer clear of the start-stop cycle. How you feel about that?
I 100% agree. Literally, what I preach in that is make it easy to show up and make it easy to get a workout that makes you want to do it again tomorrow. Because when you create a positive association in your brain with going to the gym and job well done, you want to do it. And when you want to do something, it becomes much, much easier.
And to make it a little more practical, when you see the results, you're not going to want to stop. So
100%. And on that level too, what I always really preach is, look, if you're looking, let's say you're trying to get your abs, stop focusing on getting your abs. Focus on what are you doing today to maximize today to get towards that goal. Because when you're staring at the finish line, what you're not staring at is the shit you need to be doing today to make sure that you have a good workout that you want to come back again tomorrow.
absolutely. All right. Number two, stick to a program for 6 months. Patience is key. Real change takes time. How you feel about committing to a structured program for 6 months?
Here's the thing. Part of what screws people up is it's a long game for sure. But what screws people up is they put in energy, they invest X, and they're not getting back X plus. And so that's one of the things that I'm really big on. So many people have been and they've been busting their ass and they're not getting the return on their investment that they feel they deserve. And for the most times, they're not. And so what I say is this, granted 6 months, if you have the right guidance, that 6 months should blow your mind in the type of progress you're making. You should make killer progress. You should learn to make it more simple. You should learn to make it easier. You should learn that 6 months should be like a life changer. So if you're one of these people who's grinding away and you do something for even a month, 2 months, and you're not getting really good progress, you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to figure out a better way to get the job done.
And I'll add this too. Stop focusing on the 6 months. Just focus on the baby step. Get your ass up and just one day at a time. That's it. Stop thinking 6 months is a long time. I can't see 6 months from now. Don't worry about that.
And the thing about it is if people under my wing, they're going to see progress and they're going to feel it inside the first week, which makes it real easy to want to continue. And when you want to continue, it's a whole lot easier, baby. So when
Absolutely.
you say 6 months, yes, it seems like a long time only because you're not getting the results you want. But when you're getting the results you want, that 6 months goes by fast.
Absolutely. All right, we got number three. Prioritize big three lifts: squat, bench, and deadlift. How do you feel about that being your solid foundation for results?
100%. I have people come to me all the time and they have back issues and they say they can't do this. That's just because they're doing it wrong. When I teach them how to do it right, they get to those movements, you get a lot of bang for the buck. My job is to make sure that every time someone does an action, they're going to get a big paycheck for that action, so to speak. Those lifts will give big paychecks, even when you're not doing them heavy or taking any risks. So when I teach people how to do those lifts properly, it actually strengthens the area that they were trying to keep safe. And then that area that was once a problem is not a problem any longer.
Absolutely, man. Like the muscles and core, those are slept on in these movements. Number four, avoid high intensity workouts. Intensity is vital, but excessive high intensity workouts can lead to burnout and increased risk of injury. This is an article here, but the first thing I'm thinking, maybe no offense to anybody who does these, but if you depend on an Orange Theory, if you depend on a Barry's Boot Camp, opposed to doing traditional strength training, that's what I think it's referring to. But how do you feel about that? Or what do you interpret from that?
I think, again, when it comes to this whole drill, people want to have a single thing that, okay, I'm supposed to do this. It's never one thing. It's a whole bunch of things mixed together. And when you understand, like, intensity is great. You need some intensity. It keeps it fun, especially when you're really rested. Some intensity, get a lot of bang for the buck out of that. But you also got to understand that you can only do that so much before you actually make it difficult for the body to do what you want it to do. Once the body gets overtrained, I should say overtrained might even be the wrong word, because most people have a hard time undertraining, but they undersleep really well and they undernourish really well. So once a person gets behind the 8 ball, then that intensity is not going to do them any favors.
That's what I think too. And I think when you say overtrain, I'm thinking physically, but it's also mental as well. Because once your physical's done, the mental's gone.
Yeah, and there's so few people that overtrain because
Yeah,
when you sleep properly and you eat properly, you can do a lot of shit.
yeah,
It's just
oh
if
yeah,
you're not putting those two pieces of the equation in, hell, you're overtrained with everything you do because you feel like hell. You wake up sluggish, you go to
yeah,
bed sluggish.
yeah.
The whole idea of overtraining is that's a whole different topic. But the bottom line is you need the variables. You need the intensity, and then you need those days where there's no intensity and let your body heal, but movement is still there.
Yep. Your body will adapt to what you put it through. Number 5, eat according to your goals. Tailor your diet to align with your fitness objectives, whether it's weight loss, muscle gain, or performance. And I agree, you'll have to eat differently depending on what your goal is. You can't get Sally's meal plan or Bob's meal plan and just copy that and think it's going to work for you.
I'm at this point where we are in our current world, so to speak, especially after COVID, everybody locked up. Just about everybody, they're going to want to lose some fat. And along with that, they're going to want to build a little bit of muscle because obviously they want to look fit and feel fit. So the recomp, that's something I'm totally specialized in the recomp. And so what I try to explain to people is let's stop creating these call it routines. Let's a diet. Let's stop creating these plans, these that are short term, because
Yep.
let's not try to race to the finish line and then, or I call it hold your breath plan. You hold your breath. You're going to get where you want to go. Then when you first time you breathe again, you go right back where you started. So
I
I'm a big
agree.
connoisseur. Look, I'm going to create a system for you. It's going to be training. It's going to be nutrition. It's going to be habits. It's going to be mental programming. And it's something that's going to recomp. You're going to drop body fat. You're going to gain muscle. The progress will be very, very clear and it'll be very steady. So the idea, the way I teach it, the way I preach it, is let's create a plan that gives you the results you're looking for, a nice, steady pace, very happy, steady pace that you can maintain for the big picture, because it's a life thing. It's not a get in shape for the pool thing. And when people change that,
Think
when they basically flip that mindset around, they realize, you know what? I see to change the way that I live my life. And when I live my life, I'm talking about sleep. I'm talking about the way they eat, the way they think about food. Are they pleasure or purpose people? And so it comes down to is you just need to reconstruct how you go about it. And everything happens pretty much automatically. And that's me. I mean, 52 years old. And my standard is I'm going to have abs all the time. And that's the standard of how I go about it, because I live in a way that where I'm constantly staying in good condition and I enjoy my food. I enjoy everything. So
yep.
it's not like I'm missing out. I've just created a system and I help others do the same thing where it's very maintainable and it's very sustainable.
Absolutely. Number 6, learn how to cook. Take control of your nutrition by mastering the art of cooking. I know you said you do Instacart or yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you still cook or Terry cooks. I know I'm always in the kitchen. Chef call me Chef C Marty because I stay cooking. How important is it to know how to cook?
Yeah, I mean, there's a skill to cooking, so to speak. I can cook, but the shit that I make isn't going to taste very good. That's just because I don't practice cooking that much. I can get the job done and I can fulfill the
Well,
order,
that's
so
good
to
enough
speak.
though. That's as
Yeah.
long, yeah, that's good enough
And then,
sometimes.
and so here's the thing. Once you get that down, then you actually can start working on making the shit taste really good. Like Terry, she's a great cook. So I'm really lucky to have her
Yeah,
because she cooks food and it tastes freaking amazing.
that's
But
right.
again, that's something that she practices all the time. So
Yep.
when you practice cooking, it's going to get easier, more efficient, and the flavors you like are going to be coming. Everybody's more prevalent in your food because you're going to start putting them in there because this is the shit you like.
Absolutely. Invest in equipment. It says here proper training shoes, weightlifting belt, and those are the two that they mentioned. I do agree with investing in equipment. Now, I'm indifferent on the weightlifting belt and the training shoes, but let's talk about it. How do you feel about the weightlifting belt? And I'm assuming training shoes, they talking about shoes for leg day, things of that nature, just
Yeah.
depending on what your goals are. How do you feel about that?
I think those things are very viable in the big picture, but I don't think that so many people, oh, I need a belt, I need better
Yeah.
shoes, I can't go to the gym today. Bullshit.
Yep. Yep.
You could
Yep.
get to the gym. Everybody's got some kind of a sneaker, for God's sake. Put whatever sneaker you got on there and get
Thank
it moving.
you.
Do you need a weightlifting belt? Not if you learn how to do the shit properly. And if you want to learn to go real heavy, okay, you might need the belt. I always make the joke. People will, when they're starting a business, they're going to do all this shit that they're hiring a lawyer. You don't even have a lawsuit to defend yet. What the hell did you give that guy the retainer for? What is wrong with you? Get your butt in there and do the shit you don't want to do to get the momentum going.
Absolutely. And that's how I am, man. Just get in the gym,
wear in there.
Basketball shoes, running shoes, flat shoes. Doesn't matter. Just get in the gym.
If you got a place that's set up at home like I do, hell, wear nothing.
Barefoot. Exactly.
No, take your drawers off if that's what it takes.
I didn't say all of that. All right. This is the gym segment. This is not the loop. All right. We're going to keep it clean. All right. Number 8, master your technique. Technique mastery ensures targeted muscle engagement and facilitates steady progress. So I'm guessing form and just doing things correctly. I'm sure you agree with that.
100%. And I think that's something it's knowledge is power. But again, don't let that be the reason that you're not starting. If you don't know, if there's an exercise that you don't understand, find something else to do. Don't go in the gym for the first time and load up a deadlift or a squat bar.
Because you saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever, because somebody told you to do it. Go in there, work on the machines, just get in there and do something and do it safe and get the ball rolling. And as you spend time doing it, you're going to learn a lot. And I would highly recommend in some of those movements is get someone who knows what they're doing to have it break down for your personal biomechanics. Because if Marty and I were both squatting properly, according to what worked for us, and you were watching, you would see the differences because we're two different people.
Absolutely. Number 9, never lie to yourself. Be honest about your technique, progress, goals, and be honest about what you're eating. Be honest about your nutrition and what you're putting in your body, because I don't know about you, John, but I've had clients that will convince themselves that they are 100% following the meal plan, and it's no, you're not.
Yeah, so and the simple answer to that is, I need you to write every time you put something in your mouth, I need you to write down what it was. And I don't give a damn what it was. It could be a lollipop, it could be a cigarette, it could be anything. If something went past those lips, I want to know what it was.
And I tell them, just send me a picture of it. Let's keep a log in the text thread on this iCloud, and let's look back at what you had to eat. So
most people will end up they'll grab things and eat it and not even have a clue how often or how much they did that.
Of course. And then last one, go all in. Make fitness an integral part of your lifestyle, not just a sporadic activity. It can't be. I feel like working out today. I think I'm gonna go to workout before brunch with the girls. It's got to be part of your lifestyle. It's got to be a habit. It's got to be part of your system. It has to be part of your routine. Everything we talked about today.
It comes down to this. You put this stuff in your life. You start to see the benefit. You continue to do it. And really what happens is first you develop a habit. Then that habit becomes a lifestyle. Then that lifestyle becomes a state of mind. Now you're not a guy who works out. You working out as a part of your life. And once it actually gets once it gets to that point, it's just like you're a parent. You got a kid, you're a parent. I work out. It becomes a part of who you are. It's a part of your standard, and that's what you do.
Agreed.
There we go, boys. In the gym with Jon and Marty. Good segment, guys. I was quite intrigued by those principles of fitness there. And anything that you vehemently disagreed about there, Marty, Johnny?
That equipment part, I'm not big on belts or what kind of shoes you have on.
Yeah.
Just get the work in.
Just got to get in there. Johnny?
Yeah, I think that when it comes down to for the general public, what they really have to understand is that need to develop the habit of showing up.
Yes.
And once the habit of showing up is there, then you can start building on top of that. But most people are not developing the habit of showing up. And showing up can be, I've actually had clients where we build that habit. Okay, you get yourself dressed, ready to go. Drive to the gym, get out of your car, look at the front door, get back in the car, go home. You don't get to work out yet. We just need to make the habit of showing up in place. Once you're doing this and you're finally ready and you realize how ridiculous this whole drill is, then I'll let you go in.
No kidding. There you go. In the gym with Jon and Marty. The segment drops 9:15 Eastern time every single day here.